You know, we're here in '91, and we had so many memories. All the people that came through. We had Lee Greenwood came through on his USA, God Bless USA tour. I still have that shirt.
Really?
The God Bless USA shirt with the crew and the sign.
Yeah, no kidding.
He had just got married.
Okay.
And yeah, that was pretty cool. Jerry Clower.
Crazy time. Jerry Clower and Don Williams.
Don Williams. Now that was
great show.
I remember everybody was saying that they were nervous about going to pick up the band. Remember that? Everybody was like, man, Don's band is, you know, they're really incredible and all this other.
The
people
guys
were
that played
nervous.
on the records.
Yeah, they played on the records and everything with him. And Ray came to me and said, can you go pick up the band? And I was like, oh man, I was so nervous. And so I went down to an old hotel downtown. Walked in, there was the band, and they were kind of like, oh, here we go. We've been on the road quite a bit, they were tired. We got in the car, and I was going to race his Cherokee, come back up. And one of them mentioned something about Nacogdoches. And I said, Nacogdoches? I said, I'm from Lufkin. And man, it was just like, we were all best friends. Because they were all from right there in my hometown.
They had Lyle Lovett's bass player.
I didn't know that. We had so many guys come in the theater, people that we met. It was really cool being with Ray.
That was an amazing time. We had, I remember a guy from Candid Camera.
Oh yeah, Alan Funt.
Alan Funt.
I went and got him.
Yeah.
And bless his heart, he just had his stroke. But he walked up those steps and went back there, and he was so happy to go see Ray.
Looking out there and seeing him sitting there, that was just kind of surreal.
Did you get to meet Chet? Because I know Ray and Chet were real close.
Chet was here at the grand opening, along with a bunch of other people.
I think he came later. I just kind of saw him a couple of times.
A couple of guys had their albums signed.
Yeah, see him and
Lee Iacocca.
oh, Lee Iacocca. I forgot about that because Lee was doing the airline. He was putting an airline in, wasn't there, or something like that? The Branson airline. And one of the funniest things I had happen was he said, "Go get Ronnie Millsap," because Ronnie was here. So I'm back there, and the stars would sit above the sound booth. So I go out and it's like, "Mr. Millsap, would you like to come back and talk to Ray?" And yeah, sure, I'd love to. And he was like real tall. I'm like 5'6". He's like 6'12", like me. Not 7 foot, but 6'12". He was that tall. And his wife was a little short lady. And we were walking down through he put his hand on her, and he was walking through the theater. This lady was really mad because as I'm walking by, she said, I waved and waved at him, he never looked at me.
God bless.
And then May Axton was here. I took her upstairs to meet Ray, and I had a dollar bill. I said, would you sign this for me? And she said, I sure would, honey. She put the name on there, and she drew a little Heartbreak Hotel. She said, here's the house, here's the hotel, and it's cracked, there's a heart for Heartbreak Hotel.
I remember that.
She said, I'm going to introduce you to my son, Hoyt.
Isn't that amazing?
We had a lot of neat...
Not to mention just the people that were here in Branson.
Oh my gosh.
People would show up like Charlie Pride backstage.
Oh
just
gosh.
All kinds of people just come through.
You want me to tell the Charlie story, don't you?
I don't know. He was a funny character, let's put it that way.
Charlie is one of the coolest, nicest men you'll ever meet, and I had never met him before, but he walks in the back stage and he grabs me. Hide me quick! And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, somebody's after Charlie Pride. And so I said, hide behind there. And so I hid him behind a backfield area. He's hiding there, and Larry McFadden walked by. And everybody knows Larry. He's got these little Larry shorts and everything on. He's bopping along, and Larry's having a good time, and Ray and Charlie reached out and grabbed him and scared him to death, and he jumped. Oh my goodness! And Charlie just busted out laughing about.
Yeah.
You know.
When you think about this corner, at one point Johnny Cash was right there.
Oh my gosh!
Right
yeah.
over that hill. And to the right of him was Merle and Willie.
That's right. Merle and Willie were over that used to be Loretta Lynn's.
I mean, just right here, from where we can see the lay of the land.
And Merle came over.
Yeah.
And he talked with Ray. We met Merle in Tulsa at the bus convention. nicest, sweetest guy I ever met in my life. So cool. He stopped what he was doing to meet us.
To think that all those people were in this town at one time is kind of amazing. We've probably never been a place like that.
I mean, it was amazing to have Loretta Lynn walking right by you heading to the stage. We had, y'all did a show. We did Good Morning America. Was it Good Morning America? We did that.
Well, no, it was the CBS Good Morning.
Good Morning, that's right.
And whatever their show.
John played for everybody.
That was fun.
You got to play Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain with Willie Nelson.
Very
Folsom Prison Blues.
Very sleepy Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
All the way to 6 a.m. in the morning.
And we had a lady come up on stage with Ray because she thought it was live. And danced around him and had security take her off.
I forgot about that part.
And June Carter came out, kicked off her shoes out into the audience.
Yes. Very June Carter-ish.
We had Kenny Rogers was up on there, and Mel Gibson was downtown. Remember? He was in town.
Here. Well, Pam Tillis was on that show. You forgot about
Pam, that's right. Pam Tillis was on that. Man, what a
And
sweet
Andy
girl.
Williams.
Andy Williams. Of course, we met Andy a lot and the Osmonds because they were connected a lot with Ray.
It was an amazing time.
Who was it? Was it Wayne? I think it was Wayne called me up. He said, "You got to know one of those Elvis," because I did Elvis the UFO, and I had that Elvis wig, and I come out and dance on stage. And he said, "You got to know one of those Elvis wigs? I'm gonna do an Elvis skit." And I thought, "Oh my gosh, what a life I live in!" I grew up with the Osmonds, watching Donnie Marie, and now I've got Wayne Osmond calling to talk to me, of all things, about an Elvis wig. You know, but it was one of the coolest. They're very important. In Branson, Missouri, they're extremely important, and they're rare in Branson because somebody wants one. Mickey Gilley, remember Mickey used to come back?
Yeah.
I thought that was the nicest guy. He would come back and just sit by me. We just talked. And when the theater burned down, my dad and my mom were up here, and I took them downtown to see where his theater, where it was. And we drive up, and Mickey's out there, and he recognized me, and he walked over and started talking to me and introduced himself to my mom and dad. And Dad was just like, "Mickey Gilley's talking to my son." I mean, we met all of our...
Yeah, they were all here, many of them. Seeing them was amazing, but seeing the people too. In the 3 years we were here with Ray, we did 3 6-month seasons, and we did over 1.6 million people in the seats through that time. And it's just hard to imagine. And then with Country Today, even, we were doing 512 shows a year.
Yeah.
And
512 shows a year. Wow. I can't
think about that. It seems like impossible to think about now, but that's what we did. And we had 1,800 people for, we had 1,000 people for matinees. We had 1,800 at night, all the time.
I mean, we performed to millions of people in this little theater right here.
Yeah.
It was just incredible.
That's just how amazing Branson was.
And the creator of the show, Jim Barnes, to have him come up, and because he'd done so much in Vegas, starting Country Night up out there, and it was already an award-winning show. And I remember when it first came into town, everyone was scared to death. Oh my goodness, a Vegas show. And so the first night we were packed because you always give a free show. And we were packed, and we thought, "Oh, this is going to be so great." And you and I were sitting there going, and Clay was too, and some of the others that had been here before, they were, "Well, let's see how this goes." And the next night we had like 100 people.
The free show.
The free show was always huge, and so we were scared there for a little bit. We weren't going to make it.
It was rough.
Then, did we win Show of the Year that year or the next?
We won Show of the Year that year.
That year.
Yeah. No.
I think it was the next year.
Next year.
We won Show of the Year. And then I left. I went to The Promise, and we won Show of the Year that year. See, everywhere I go, it's Show of the Year.
Oh, see.
People were like knocking down the cardboard box doors to get to me. If you get him, the people will come.
Yes.
I was the Fields. What was that? Fields of Dreams or whatever it was. The costume.
Dreams of Fields.
Dreams of Fields. Fields of Dreams. I was the entertainer. Grab him. That one show of the year. See, and I was heading over to go to another show, and I decided I must have people trying to grab me for shows. But it's been so unique because seeing it come full circle now. I've had a stroke now, but which brought me back into it. It's kind of strange how God will sometimes what the devil may turn, you think is bad, he gives you a stroke. Well, God can say, I can turn that into something good. Because I thought my life was over, I was done. I'd gone back home to help take care of my family, my parents, and then here we are. That was in '90. I was almost in '99, and here we are all these years later. I called John up and I said, I got an idea. What do you think? Of course, he was all worried. Well, are you going to make it? You're going to be okay? I had to quit my job because I had a stroke. I couldn't work.
That was my main thing. Paul is passionate about writing, and I knew from working with him all those years ago that he could spend days without sleeping working on something. And that's what he did, but he's here. He's fine.
This is the writer. This is whatever. All the music you hear is going to be John's words.
He's a very gifted songwriter. You're going to love it.
We can't wait to get the new stuff out to you soon. Soldiers in Blue, White Now just has a life of its own. It's incredible. We're about to start recording a video, kind of a live action type video on the stage, doing some so you can kind of see us.
Yes. It's just
I
working.
hope that doesn't run you off. See the fat guy here performing. But anyway,
It should be a ball. The video is going to be a ball. We have a lot of great ideas. We have a really gifted director, so
we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yep.
And we'll keep you in touch on the stuff of things going on in our crazy lives.
Yep.
Remember some old stories we've got, oh my goodness, millions of stories to tell.
Millions of stories.
Almost as many views. Did you see how I worked that in?
You slipped it
See,
in.
I slipped that in there. We got
Slipped it
millions
right
of stories, one for each view. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it.
Take care.